Hello and welcome to The Pumpkin Patch Mum. This is a heartwarming and down-to-earth podcast where we dive into the vibrant, busy and sometimes messy life of me, a mum who also happens to be a passionate pumpkin farmer. This is another episode of The Pumpkin Patch Mum, and today's episode is all about our trip to London! So today the Pumpkin Patch Mum has got a very exciting day. So I have come up with the team and we are doing a bit of patch PR and press and marketing in London. So we are in, the first stop is at London Bridge, and we have got some great ideas for filming and bits and bobs this year. So it's really exciting. One of the things that we're doing this year, which is new, is as we have got, as our name is Fox's Farm, we have got a fox costume, and one of the things we're launching is Fox in a Box. So a bit like Elf on a Shelf, which mums either love or hate at Christmas time, where every night the elf gets disappears and it magically appears somewhere around the house. We're doing something similar in that the fox is going to be appearing somewhere different every single day, and the idea is that we're going to get customers and children and other families to guess where the fox is. One of the tips is that we are currently starting in Tower Bridge. My view is currently Tower Bridge. So if you can imagine, I'm standing on the side of the road in London, looking at the beautiful Tower Bridge in all its glory. We've got loads of tourists taking photos, and as you can hear, it's very noisy. We've also got lots of commuters going about their daily business. And what's that coming over Tower Bridge? It's the one and only tractor with Scott driving, and he is taking over London today, so it's exciting. He's dropping off a pumpkin to a very special location, so stay tuned to see where that is. But yes, at the moment I'm currently looking at the lovely Tower Bridge with something more unusual for London, with our wonderful tractor driving through it. The pumpkin sculpture, which is in Hyde Park, specifically located near the Round Pond, is a striking piece of public art created by the renowned artist Yasui Kasumi, and it is part of Kasui's ongoing fascination with pumpkins, a bit like me, which has featured in her work since the 1940s. This giant bronze pumpkin, unveiled in July 2024, stands at an impressive 6 metres tall and 5.5 metres in diameter. And standing beside it, you can really tell that it is vast inside. So it is decorated with their signature polka dot pattern, which is black, and it's a recurring motif which is in all of her work. So the sculptures not only reflects her childhood memory of pumpkins as her family grew them, but also symbolises comfort and joy of life. So we have had a long day in London, and we are now currently driving back in the car. We have just made our last stop at Covent Garden. So we took some pumpkins in and we were showcasing them to some people so they could see what the different varieties was, and some of them had never even heard of a pumpkin patch. We met a really nice couple from Italy who had never even heard of a pumpkin patch and had never actually carved a pumpkin. They just eat their pumpkins in Italy, apparently, which was interesting for us to know. And one of my personal highlights was getting 2 buskers to sing songs all about pumpkins and giving them pumpkins at the end so that they could take them home as a memory of their afternoon singing about pumpkins. We thought we'd share some of the outtakes from today's trip to London. So one of the first things was when we were in Covent Garden, we were apparently standing on the wrong bit of pavement. So some pavement is private pavement in Covent Garden, which wasn't aware of until today.
Vultures trying to get us. The minute we moved left, 2 centimetres, they were on us. It was literally you could see them waiting.
And so we had one lot of security guards from the left and then another lot of security guards from the right, both watching us. So we were allowed on this tiny walkway of cobbles. And that was the only bit we were allowed on today, which was totally bizarre. Another bit was in the Tower of London,
So Tower of London, again, we attracted a lot of it.
We were like just stock pumpkins, in our orange t-shirts, going to throw some pumpkins at landmark. Do walk around London with a 6-foot fox.
So we are all wearing branded t-shirts today, and I thought we almost looked like a dance troupe at one point, but maybe more, the stock pumpkins or plant pumpkins. Patchford. We've all had to go on the Lime bikes, which were an interesting experience.
Sorry, someone chickened out.
And Katie couldn't even go on the Lime bike, claimed her Apple Pay didn't work, so ended up having to run 5.5 miles instead. So it's safe to say that London has got some personnel that we don't often see in our neck of the woods, and some of them are iffy. Drunk in the middle of the day. Actually, that was early morning before midday. Any other little aspect you can think of? I know you answered. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got hit by a pigeon.
Yeah.
I got hit by a pigeon. Actually, it did. Yeah, and it was. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh.
Us all paying for Lime bikes, stuck at a green light, and then suddenly the bike's locking up saying your payment's expired in the middle of the road.
I presume they don't stop, like, literally, they just stop, like, point back. I presume you're going flat out. They wouldn't stop.
Well, you take that. Yeah, I don't know. Dangerous.
What happened at Buckingham Palace?
Do you know my personal...
Oh, what? Yeah, come on. Any other funny bits that we can think of?
You not being able to pronounce the name of the giant pumpkin.
Yeah, that was a bit tricky.
What is it again, Emily?
It's...
Yeah, Unveiled.
Oh, yeah. Unveiled. I've never even said that word before. Unveiled. Oh, yeah. I had a squirrel come up and... Oh, and when the fox was around, someone thought that the fox was actually a squirrel, which was a bit random considering it looks like a fox. Yeah, we've basically
told off by Parks police on a pedalo in Hyde Park.
Oh yeah. We have actually attracted quite a lot of attention thinking about it, because in the park they did come running out shouting at me, telling me I was doing something wrong because I was on the wrong bit of the buoy.
You said you've seen a variety of people today. Do you actually think that we might be the weirdos? Like walking around with foxes and pumpkins and...
What about the taxi driver? The taxi driver let us in his taxi. He let us drive this taxi, get the fox in the taxi.
We did meet a really, really, really nice taxi driver who did. He was really nice. And at the start of the day, we thought the weather was going to be 25 degrees, so we've all dressed in. So because we were all wearing pumpkin patch t-shirts, I didn't want anyone to wear a jacket or a coat because I didn't want them to hide the pumpkin patch t-shirts. So I made everyone leave the jackets and coats in the car. I didn't realise it would be 6 hours before we got back to the car when it's absolutely freezing. So yeah, if everyone's got colds after the weekend, then it's probably my fault.